Hey guys, Thunder here, and I'm back with the ISCC Racing Network to bring you live, live coverage of the ISCC Insomniac Elite Series. There's only 5 rounds left to go in the championship, and today we are here in the land of the rising sun, Japan, at the Tokyo World Raceway for round number 21 of 25. This track is a very fast-paced one, and there's been a change to the aero package from last season. It's not quite as fast, but it is still pretty fast and grippy. So there could be some big crashes waiting in the wings. There were some crashes in practice. So we'll have to see just how clean this race is. Coming into this race, the championship is looking interesting. Ryder Smith holds the lead by about 29, 30 points, something in that range, over DJ Curtis. And then the others are still a bit behind. But remember, there's still 11 cars. I'd say there are 11 cars that are realistically in contention for the championship. I think I just told you how competitive this season's been. 11 cars. Man, this really could come down to the last race, and it's going to be exciting. But not a whole lot to report, so let's get down to the track for our starting lineup. Well, Matt Duncan hasn't had the greatest of seasons, but I think he'll be pretty happy about getting a pole, his first career pole in the Insomniac Elite Series, and we'll see what he does with it here tonight. Let's get those engines fired up and let's go racing. So yeah, Matt Duncan, first career pole. Got Cosmic Nova and PJ Williams up here. 2 notable names there. Nova's car... That 43 crew has been struggling to build oval cars, so we'll see what happens with Nova here tonight. We're gonna find out. Pace car comes in. Matt Duncan and Alan Cavagnaro lead us down. And we're green! We're rocking in Japan! And wow, Jordan Davis got caught sleeping on the start. That was a terrible start for Davis. Duncan and Cavagnaro pull out, and he's also cleared by Ali Nelson, who's had a pretty solid start. But Davis is fell back to 4th. He's trying to make some progress forwards again now, though, as he makes a move for 3rd. He retakes the 3rd spot. Collins and Sanford up here. And Duncan and Cavagnaro run 1-2 to kick it off. And Cavagnaro will be looking down low for the lead. Quick look in the back here. He's making progress. James Shelley's not had a great start here. We'll see though. There is a lot of shuffling here. Smith's had a bit of a mediocre start. He's had a mediocre start, and it seems like Chris Louvier's car is not running particularly strong right now. Yeah, he's like, wow, he'll look good 3 miles an hour off the 42's pace. I don't know if it's just because he's on the outside, or if the Wrecking Balls once again drop the ball, as there's been an incident. It's Tristan Wilhoit and Ryder Smith. So Ryder Smith gets involved in the first wreck of the night, and caution is out. Cavagnaro leads the way with Charles Sanford now in P2. Alright, let's take a look at what happened here. Got a free wide here between Smith, Jason Perkle, and Wilhoit. Looks like Wilhoit went down, and then that forced Smith into Jason Perkle, who didn't really have much to do there. Karma bites Wilhoit there. Back end of the car gets shot in the air there. A bit of a rough hit on the back end, but they'll both be able to drive away from that. But the races will be affected, as that's going to significantly hurt their aerodynamics. Going back to green on lap number 8 of 100 here. Tristan Wilhoit has retired from this race. Brandon Wood had some issues under that caution. sure if he's in this race right now. I think he may have retired. Yeah, he did. So Brandon Wood fell out under the caution. Okay. Your running order on the top right-hand side of the screen here. Race car is in. Ryder Smith. This is now going to be a damage limitation for him. Probably hoping that DJ Curtis runs into issues of his own. That 19 car. DJ Curtis has really been one of the best oval drivers in the second half, if not the best. He's really been one of the best oval drivers of the year, though. He's just blowing everybody away. All 3 of his wins have come on ovals. So, he is definitely a force to be reckoned with on these types of tracks. We'll see if that happens again. He's off to a good start right now, running in the top 10. And here's Sanford and Davis moving to the front of the field. Collins up here as well, along with Sanner, Seth Cole, and surprisingly, Mason Powers. Young Motorsports cars haven't had the most pace here today, as Collins makes it 3 wide for the lead. And he makes it stick. Sanner now goes through, with Seth Cole following suit. And Curtis is pushing Team Maxwell Chan's in this group as well, along with Cosmic Nova. So it looks like that team did drop the ball for once. Speaking of not dropping the ball for once, look at Dylan Young. He's caught up here. He's going to get past his teammate, get in the top 10. Matt Duncan got shuffled back a bit, but he appears to be moving forward now. And Connor Atwood trying to make some progress. Reese Black. James Shelley trying to make progress as well. Yeah, Chris Louvier doesn't have a good car right now. So yeah, the 98 team dropped the ball on their oval so that crew, they dropped the ball for their oval driver. Their dedicated oval driver is the one they gave the bad car. Man, I'm amazed they managed to ever win a championship in the first place. And there's Ryder Smith. He's off the pace. Yeah, we're already seeing a lot of shuffling here. Chan and Nova now up front. Seth Cole is taking the lead. We've got some surprising names in the back. Chris Louvier. Yeah, like I thought, that crew screwed up on the oval car for their dedicated oval driver. What a bunch of sped boxes. So yeah, I have a feeling Louvier is not going to be having a good night. And Sean Angel's also been struggling a little bit. I don't know if things are going to get better for him or not. James Shelley, his car does seem pretty decent, but he's struggling a little bit on the shuffle. He might get up there eventually. Ali Nelson's car seems to be having some issues, and Atwood still hasn't managed to get up there. Jeffrey Finn guy, he seems to be doing okay. Davis has fallen all the way back to 17th. And Cavanauro, Matt Duncan, they've fallen back as well. And Ryan Acosta is up here. Bit of a surprise there, but it will be pretty nice to see him get a good run. Oh, there's Ryder Smith. He's holding up to 51. He probably knows what he's doing there too, because Chan is one of his rivals in the title hunt. He wants to slow him down. William Duncan's up here as well. Nova does have a good car tonight, which is great to see there. So Nova might actually be able to perform here tonight. And Curtis does as well. Curtis has a pretty strong car here. Curtis really needs this run now. Personally, I think the ovals are his only chances to gain ground in the championship, because Curtis in the second half, Curtis has been a bit lackluster on the road courses, especially in comparison to Smith. And well, pretty much the entire top 11, he's just not been. His road course performance has left something to be desired. So personally, I think it's going to take some good performances on the ovals in order to keep his title hopes alive. Not say he might get some Although he might be able to start getting some good runs on the road courses, but for the time being, that's my assessment. He's caught the back of the 24. He's probably aware of this. He wants to win a championship before going to Shell United next year. Yeah. A driver with as much experience as him is going to be a great asset to that small team. And well, and they're going to be a Jeffrey Finn guy as well. Another pretty experienced driver, so Shell United, I think, is going to do okay in their rookie year because they've got some serious talent behind the wheel there, and same goes for Tamer DeLeese. Although he might take a season or two to get up to speed because he does not really have much in the way of IS experience. Jason Perkles in the points. Yeah, James Shelley starting to make progress. Chan fell back a little. Seems Davis is kind of falling back, period. He's not having the best run right now. His handling probably is leaving something to be desired. All the CBMs are up here. It's nice to see that team running up front. Shame they're be closing their doors at the end of the year. We heard James Silverfox is going to be pulling out from full-time driving, but we don't really know for sure if that'll be the case. We'll have to wait and see what comes of the lineup next year, because I am definitely curious. Seth Cole's blocking DJ Curtis there. Seth Cole still hasn't won a race yet this year. Yeah, hard as it is to believe, but Seth Cole, who dominated the ovals last year, has yet to win a race on an oval. Has yet to win a race at all this year. So, yeah, this really just has not been a good year for Cole. It really has not been a good year for Cole. He will have a spot in the ISCC World Finals, though. We'll see if he can defend his championship in there. It would be pretty cool to see if he can do that. We're going to be catching Ryder Smith again, who's not even hitting 195 miles an hour. He's a hazard right now. If he holds up Curtis, I swear to God. We're on lap 30 now. This race is going by pretty quickly. Pit window is going to be a little after halfway, like around lap 58, 59, something like that. And Smith is holding up Seth Cole, and Curtis is going to take advantage of that. William Duncan slips on past. He moves into P2. Here comes Sanford, Sanner, Faber, DeCook. They're all getting by. Oh, Acosta! He took a risk. He really wanted to gain those spots, and now Acosta is near the front of the field. Seth Cole not going to be happy at all with the 83, and Cavagnaro also getting held up by that car. Sanford is back in the lead. He's been leading for a few laps. It seems Sanford may have the strongest car out here, and well, he's probably out for blood after Australia. He did not want his streak to come to an end, and especially not in the fashion that it did. And he is out to try and score that win. He lost his best chance for a win, I think, this year, but he's not giving up. He still wants to win a race. Although another guy who's out for blood after Australia is William Duncan, who finished runner-up there for the second year in a row, and he's just moved into the lead. William Duncan is really starting to get his form together. Ever since he got that last penalty, not only has he cleaned up his driving, but he's got a lot faster. It seems he's finally driving like what we knew him for. He is contending for the Slim Jim Series Championship right now, and he is one of the favorites for the title. In fact, really, after the incident involving Sean Angel, he really is the favorite. So, William Duncan might be able to get one last championship before he retires from full-time driving. If that happens, that would be pretty cool to see. Here comes some lap traffic. There's Daniel Boyles, the first of which, and he's not going to be an issue. Yeah, we're not really sure what Boyles is doing next year. We'll have to find out, I guess. And here's Felix Theodore. Oh, Faber uses the 15 as a pick. And that's going to allow Faber to take the lead. And the next lap car is, we got two, the 00 and the 13. Polyakov not really, his car wasn't really working that well today. And oh, there's the 83 coming back. And there's Seth Cole. Cole goes past again. But here's Smith, and he is holding up the 24. He's holding up the field for his teammate Faber, who now gets away. Now the 25 gets held up a bit. Along with the 13, which just tells you how slow that 83 is. The fact he's holding up a Black Storm. And got Williams. Amati's also off the pace. I'm not really sure what's going on with that car. Amati's been extremely slow ever since the drop of the green flag. I think something must be up mechanically because he is going way too slow for that to be normal. I get the Baby Tribe cars are slow, but they can't be that slow unless something's messing up in there. Yeah, tough break for Amati. He never really got a chance in this race. Here comes Sanford. He's going to be trying to get the lead here yet again. Oh, here's an update on some people. Kyle Collins has fallen down to 21st. I don't know what's happened with him, but he kind of lost his pace. Jeffrey Finguy's also fallen back. And Atwood, it doesn't appear to be very quick here tonight. Louvier's at least kind of settled out along with Angel. And Angel's also struggling here tonight. It's definitely not what he needed. He's probably excited for some of the road courses coming up though, including especially Decatur. Angel was recently was involved in a rather controversial incident in Atlanta. I won't go into much detail on it, but I'll say Angel lost his cool, and it may have cost him the championship over there. He's just trying to, and I think right now he's just kind of trying to hang back and not cause any trouble, because he doesn't want to mess with his reputation too much. I got Sainer and Duncan up front right now. And don't forget the probation that these two hold. Some big penalties are going to be handed down if they have another incident like they did in Silverstone. It's interesting to see the rivalry between these two igniting again. Amidst rumors of retirement for both of them. Well, we know Duncan's retiring. He's going to be retiring from full-time competition. But there's been rumors that Sanner might be retiring soon. Hasn't given a date. Hasn't said anything if they'll be this year or not. But I don't know. Could be possible if Sanner's starting to lose his motivation, but still trying to get some good runs out here, and he's doing a great job here tonight. We'll probably be approaching the pit cycle soon here on lap number 58. They might go a few laps longer because I was feeling some of them hit under that first caution. Charles Sanford, Tyler Faber, and William Duncan have kind of pulled away. Carl Sanders had an issue, unfortunately. You can see he's coming to the pits there, and he hasn't come out. So I was just talking about Sander, and unfortunately, it seems a problem with his car is taking him out of the race. This is a damn shame. Nice Curtis having a good showing right now, along with Chan. A lot of guys doing a very solid job right now. And here's James Shelley. He has fought his way forward. It's a great showing there for car number 71. Shelley's trying to keep himself in the title hunt. He hasn't had the best of runs here in the second half of the year, but trying to keep things together. And Jason Perkle's up here as well, which is a bit of a shock. Very impressive, though. It doesn't seem like anybody's really come down pit road yet. Oh, scratch that. Got our first car coming down pit road for a scheduled pit stop here. PJ Williams, he's a lap down, so we won't shed too much light on him, but that is a scheduled stop. It's going to begin to unfold here. And there's been a wreck! James Silverfox, and Jock Day Cook. So CBM's day just went from good to bad in the blink of an eye. And pit stops are just starting to begin. Luckily, luckily nobody was really starting to come down, so not a lot of people. So we're not really gonna see anybody get screwed over. I mean, Williams is, but he was already a lap down. But man, that was an awkward timing for a caution. It could have been worse, but it is awkward nonetheless. So as the leaders come down pit road, we're gonna go and take a look at what happened to bring out the yellow. And CBM was doing so well, and they just imploded here. We're gonna take a look at what happened. Oh, Day Cook. Day Cook went up. I'm trying to see if there's some contact. If there was some contact between him and the 25. It kind of looks like it. I don't think there may have been some contact here. And no contact. It was just very tight. It's possible Seth Cole may have pinched him, but there's no contact. Ultimately, Day Cook goes up into Silver Fox, and they both go into the wall. Like they're locked together. There's nothing they can do at that point, and they both go into the wall. And wow, Reese Black gets clipped and goes for a spin. No, keeps off the wall, no damage. So good car control there from the veteran. But CBM just imploded here. They were doing so well, but they've imploded on lap number 61. A good amount of lap traffic up here. Yeah, some cars were forced to go a lap down there. Chris Louvier and Sean Angel, they're on the tail end of the lead lap. This is not what they needed. Tyler Faber is your leader after pit stops, with Charles Sanford in second, DJ Curtis in third, William Duncan fourth, Alan Cavagnaro fifth, James Shilley sixth, Cosmic Nova seventh, Maxwell Chan eighth, Dylan Young ninth, and Seth Cole rounds out the top 10. Pericles, Acosta, Perkle, Everett, Powers, Davis, Atwood, Matt Duncan, Henry Sanford, Kyle Collins, and Gall Relic of all people rounds out the top 20. We got some lap traffic up ahead. This is going to impede the driver's progress here. But we'll see how some of these cars behave now. Now that they've made some changes to their cars. Perhaps Louvier has finally figured out the secret to pace. Or rather, that 98 team has. Now, Louvier actually hasn't done anything wrong today. And it looks like Faber had a bad line there. And Sanford gonna go down low to kick it off right here. Yeah, big group of cars. And, looks like Sanford is gonna get out with the lead of the race. And that is James Shelley. Wow. James Shelley right behind. I think he did gain a lot of spots on his pit stop. We do believe it was a good stop. He had a good stop, and what's that gap? Big gap of cars there. But James Shelley, Dylan Young, and they've all had great restarts here, along with Pericles and Seth Cole. Everett's had a great restart, but he's a lap down, so that's not going to be good. Oh, wow, Louvier checked up. And he holds up his teammate. Good job. Curtis is losing spots, but he's probably backing out right now. He just doesn't want to get involved in this madness. And there's been contact. Oh, there's Seth Cole. Oh, wow, it's a big crash. Oh, God. Seth Cole has got hit hard. Oh, boy. Big crash on lap number... Oh, God. Please tell me it wasn't on 69. No, I think it was on lap 68. Maxwell Chan leads, but we just had a massive accident. We need to take a look here. Lots of great cars taken out in this one. That's a shame. And Smith got involved in that. It looks like he's gonna finally get finished off. And that will be the end of Smith's night. Not that he was going to gain much, but that is game over for him. Oh, shame that Allie Nelson's been involved. There was red look as well. Let's go and take a look at a replay. We're going to take a look at a replay here. So, this is Seth Cole. He's racing against Danny Everett. Let's see what Everett does. Oh! Oh, wow! that's a bit strange. It seems there was maybe some contact up ahead. Yeah, Sanford got in the Sean Angel. Wow, amazing save, by the way. And may have been a reaction here. Honestly, I don't know who's to blame here. I mean, yes, it looks like Everett pushed up a little. He was being a little aggressive, but it kind of looks like Cole went down. So I'm not. Yeah, I think Cole also. At the same time, here's Cole went down in reaction to that contact between Angel and Sanford. So to be honest, I don't really know who's to blame here. But if I had to pick, it might be Cole because he made a bigger move than Everett did. But anyway, Cole hits the wall. Everett goes down, collects some people. Faber's gonna slam into that wall. By the way, he's gonna go into the air. There's a lot of cars that collected. Washer slams into the driver's side of that 25 car, and he goes tumbling. And oh wow. Oh, and he hits the roof of Gall Redlick. Dick Cook was collected in that. Oh man, this is a big crash. And Seth Cole comes to rest on his roof. Man, I have a lot of concern for Seth Cole here. That was a massive crash. Chris Washer, he saw the 25, he tried to react, but it was too late. He hit driver's side dead on at 150 miles an hour and sent that car tumbling. Yeah, I can't put a whole lot of blame on Washer there because he tried to slow down, but it was just too late. I do have some concern for Redlick as well because Redlick took a hefty impact there. Seems like Dick Cook didn't take too bad a hit on the roof, but Redlick, that was a bit of a hard impact there. Ugh. Ah man, this is a terrible crash. Yeah, Dick Cook's fine. Got him word he's okay. We're gonna take a look here, see some of the guys that may have missed it. Got Nova here. I think he might have missed it. Wow, somehow he missed that. Duncan went sideways, but kept it going there. And yeah, I think we're getting some onboards here. With an onboard of Cosmic Nova here. Such a close call there. And we're going to go on board with Seth Cole. And there goes the camera. Going back to grand lap number 73 of 100. I'll be giving you a running order on the top right hand side of the screen, but I need to talk about that wreck a little bit. Seth Cole and Gall Redlick have been airlifted to a local hospital. No word on their medical condition at this time. That was one of the biggest crashes we've had in a long time, and I am deeply concerned for both of them. If I had to pick, I think Seth Cole is I would show I have a little more concern for Seth Cole. He took some nasty impacts, and they both took a pretty solid whack to the roof there, but Cole took some harder hits, I think, and I hope he's okay, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if Everett was really at fault there or not. I have a feeling there's going to be some salt there because Everett's not exactly a popular driver, but I'm not sure if he's responsible or not, and he's not in this race anymore. He got taken out in that wreck. When I first saw that wreck happen live, I thought everyone was at fault, but looking at it again, it seems like Seth Cole may have panicked a little when he saw Charles Sanford going sideways, and it looked like Cole went down more than Everett went up, and they locked, and once you lock, it's a very difficult thing. It's very difficult to get off. So Everett was being very aggressive, but if I were to think about it a little, I would say that Cole is probably at fault here. There definitely would not be any. There's not going to be any penalties handed out. Obviously, I mean, Seth Cole's in the hospital right now, and we're just gonna hope for the best, and hopefully he will be back in racing next week. But anyway, we're gonna get back to the race here. I do have a job to do here, and it's gonna be Nick Pericles leading the race. First time he's really showed his face at the front of the field, along with Ryan Acosta, who's having a fantastic showing right now. He's actually going for the lead right now. I wasn't expecting this out of Acosta at all. Young Motorsports in general is having a great showing right now because Dylan Young is up here as well. So yeah, Young Motorsports actually having a great showing for once. Do I think Smith's going to win the race? Do I think Acosta's going to win the race? Probably not, but he's having a fantastic showing. You got to give him that much. He's actually managing to lead laps out here in that 12 car. You know, Sanford and Davis, they're up here as well, and Chan's definitely a threat, along with James Shelley, who is still very quick. And yeah, it seems like they got the 98 sorted out, but it's a little late because he is a lap down now. If he gets lucky, he could still get into the points, but not gonna be happening right now. Here's Nova. It seems like that car is not doing very well. Well, yeah, looks like Nova's having some issues. They fixed the 98 and then they botched the 43. Good job, guys. Matt Duncan's kind of hanging back after that wreck, I think. William Duncan has a little bit of damage. Angel, he's still struggling a little bit. I don't know where Jeffrey Finn guy got that damage. Oh, he's been contacting that DJ Curtis. Curtis is slow. They've kept it going, but there's no wreck, but there's been contact, and wow, look at that dent on the 19. Okay, we need to take a look at this. That might put a hamper on Curtis's race. This year's Master of Disaster, PJ Williams, has caused another wreck here. He held up a big gaggle. He held up a big gaggle of cars right here, and here comes Curtis. He wasn't expecting him to go so slowly, and not only that, but you had the 12 and the 48 going pretty tightly there, and there's contact, and they all go into the wall. Nobody spins, but all the cars are damaged, and that's going to put a hamper on their races. Ah, man, that was a tough break for Ryan Acosta, DJ Curtis, and Jordan Davis. All of them guys, they were all doing a great job here. Acosta in particular, but that's going to cause a lot of trouble for the races. And again, PJ Williams being the real master of disaster here once again. DJ Curtis's car has been hurt severely. He is down to 19th and he is still falling back. So DJ Curtis's day is possibly ruined here. And Ryder Smith probably just breathed a sigh of relief, because there's no way Curtis is going to be able to get into the top 10 now, and he might lose points. I think Acosta got the worst of that, though. And yeah, Finn guy is damaged. I don't really know where he got that, but it seems he's going to have an issue today as well. And there's Louvier. He's being a bit of a nuisance. Reese Black's up here as well, along with Henry Sanford. So both those two doing well. Henry actually has damage. I don't know where he got that, but it doesn't appear to be affecting him. And here's Louvier. He probably wants his lap back. It's nice to see Reese Black up front on an oval, though. Because Dodge Motorsports' oval package has been a little lacking this year. They seem to be struggling a little bit. And there's PJ Williams! Oh, there was contact between Williams and Pericles. The 40 is going to get held up. And that 8 is causing a huge mess. Oh my god, he's going slow. He is going very slow. Let's see what he tops out at here. Oh, dearie me. He's going at 183 tops with a push. If you don't know, look at this. You can go almost 220 miles an hour. That 8 car is a hazard right now. Williams should not even be on the track. He should have retired the thing right now. But he is still out there holding people up, and it's going to do terrible things to the races. I don't know what happened to PJ Williams. He's just completely lost it, I think. Race controls trying to figure out what he's... Yeah, the marshals, they want to get inside his head and figure out why he's doing what he's doing right now. Because, yeah, they've called him the race control. They want to know why he's still out there. Okay. Now, I was saying about Reese Black, he can still get back up there. There's still time. But yeah, I was saying, it's nice to see him back up front on an oval because Reese Black is, while his results this year might, if you're new to the series and you saw his results this year, you might not think so. But Reese Black is in fact more of an oval racer than a road ringer. He's never really had much success on the road course. The road course has never been very good for him. He's always been an oval driver, but he's found more results on the road courses this year as John Amati just blew up, and he's beyond. He's probably glad to retire that. Thing because I knew there was something wrong with that car. I mean, after all, that car was very slow from the drop of the green. That car was very slow right off the bat. So yeah, something was. As soon as really, you can tell something was a miss as soon as the green flag dropped, really. Anyway, we got Pericles still up front, and more lap traffic. They're going to catch Williams again. We've got 10 laps to go now. And we got Zachary Fitzwater up here as well. I don't know where he came from, but he's doing a good job, I guess. Fitzwater's been a lot more quiet. He's been pretty quiet today. Pretty quiet tonight. And here comes Charles Sanford trying to get back up front, and Williams holding people up again. He needs to get off the track. And Pericles sneaks on past with the lead of the race. And a lot of cars going to gain positions out of this. A lot of them are going to lose positions as a result of the 8s impeding, though. And Henry Sanford's going to lose a ton of ground. Seriously, Allie Nelson's car has no hood, and she's getting held up by the 8. That just tells you how slow PJ Williams is right now. Seriously, I think Matt Duncan's making a good move in holding back right now, because just look at this guy. It's probably best to catch him by yourself. But Sanford, he's starting to make a charge toward the 31. The tension is starting to mount. We're approaching 5 laps to go. We have 7 to go right now. Charles Sanford's been the strongest car of the night, and he's looking for his first win of the year. It'll be his 3rd career win. And he is hounding back at 31, but Pericles is not going to give it up so easily because Pericles has had a great year, but he hasn't won. Pericles still looking for his first win of the season. And James Shelley is hanging back there as well. He wants to get himself back into this title hunt with a 2nd win. And I still think he's overdue for an oval win, because Shelley is one hell of an oval racer. And Collins back up front here, so he might be a factor for his first win. And Chan's up here as well. I checked, and I can confirm that Chan has set the record for most wins in a season. The previous record was Cosmic Nova's 3. I couldn't remember if he had 3 or 4. It was 3, and now Chan will hold a record of 4. And he wants to make that record even bigger with a 5th win of the season. That would be his 7th career win. I mean, he's already first on the all-time wins list, so that would just be huge for Chan. But he's gonna have to fight it. He's gonna have to fight for it. James Shelley's taking the lead. He's worked his way for the lap traffic pretty well, but Sanford catching him very quickly. I think it just tells you how strong that 24 is right now. As we got 3 laps to go. Chan's on the 24's back bumper now. And Chan now goes down low. Pericles is here as well. This is a pretty good racing here at the end. And do we have any lap traffic? Yes, we do. We have PJ Williams in the 8. That very slow 8 car. 2 laps to go now. Here we go here. This is going to basically decide who wins this race right here. Chan gets through pretty easily. And they got Pericles, Fitzwater. They all get through. Hey, there's been contact! I can hear it! There's been a wreck! It's both the Sanfors! They've both been involved! And here's Cavagnaro and Davis! Oh, and Sanford's been hit a few times. And that's Henry Sanford's race over, and a few more plow in. Wow, they kind of forgot what their brake pedals were. And DJ Curtis is one of the drivers involved. We're going to have a green-white checkered here, and DJ Curtis just screwed himself over. You have to be on the lead lap in order to be in there for a green-white checkered. Had he missed that wreck, he would have been good. But he got himself involved, and that's going to be Curtis's night over. He's ranked in 14th, so he may gain some points, actually. Man, what a violent race. It looks like we may be down to 13 cars, I think. That seems to be all that's left. Yeah, 13 cars. What a violent race. Maxwell Chan is fuming right now because he had that race won. Had the scheduled distance completed. Had that happen on the final lap, Maxwell Chan would have just won this race, but now he's got to go he has to hold off the field for 2 laps. So yeah, he's not done it yet. Yeah, we're gonna be giving it a running order here, but first we can take a look at a replay to see what happened there. Well, here he is, PJ Williams, the master of disaster himself. We're gonna see what happens here. All right, it looks like he's gonna hold up the 24. Henry and Sanford and Kyle Collins were not expecting him to be going that slow, and Henry gets into Collins, and they all go into the wall here. And the 8 goes for a spin. Yeah, there's Charles. He's gonna try and get out of this, but here comes, but the 8 and the 5, they slide down. And now Cavagnaro, he tries to avoid it, but he hits the apron, runs out of grip, and he gets involved there, and so does Davis. And Reese Black slips on by along with Matt Duncan, so hanging back was a good move there. And this incident happens right in front of Sanford. He slows down, he avoids it, but then Sean Angel has nowhere to go and slams into the back of the 24. He tried to slow down, but he had nowhere to go there. And then here's this group of cars, the 55, the 19, the 08, and they and they kind of forget where the brake pedal is until it's too late, and they all plow in there, and Sanford takes another pretty hefty hit. Duran rolls it over. And there's Ryan Acosta. I think he's gonna stay on the lead lap, so I think Acosta will still be in the race. But I'm gonna take a look at the 5 here. Henry Sanford took some pretty big licks there. And Nova misses it. Yeah, let's see here. Looks like Cavagnaro actually slammed into the 8, who goes into the 5, and then the 48 clips the 5. And then I think Sanford actually gets a full-on impact, though, from somebody. Yeah, I think it's Allie Nelson, who tries to go to the apron, but has nowhere to go and slams into the back end of the 5 at 166 miles an hour. And then I think it's the last hit the 5 gets, and then he's able to get out of the car. Luckily, everyone managed to get out of their cars unharmed, but the entirety of S3 Motorsports just got taken out in one fell swoop there. What was left of them, at least. So, S3 Motorsports, ultimately a disastrous night for them. But anyway, I'm gonna give you the results of the scheduled distance, and then it's gonna be time to go to the green-white checkered. Only 13 cars left. You can see them all right here. 2 laps to decide the winner of this race. And there's some surprising names up here. But Maxwell Chan trying to hold off for his 5th win of the season. Zachary Fitzwater wants his first win. James Shelley is there as well, and you can't count the guys on the outside. But the pace car will be coming in now, and we'll be having an race extended by 2 laps. Who is going to lead them? We're going to be coming down to the stripe here. The flag man's going to wave the green flag, and we're green. We're back to racing. 2 laps to go. James Shelley didn't have a great restart, but it was good enough to keep Dylan Young from clearing him. Zachary Fitzwater had a pretty good start. He's on the 51's back bumper. I was like, it's pretty tight right now. Nobody's gotten too crazy yet. But here comes Shelley. That 41 not strong on this restart, it seems. Shelley and William Duncan are there, along with Connor Atwood. These 4 are catching the 51 at a rapid rate. White flag in the air. And Shelley, he's going to make the move. Down low on the 51. Connor Atwood sneaks his way past 97. He's trying to make the move, but his handling's not quite there. So I don't think he'll be able to mount a challenge. It's going to be up to Chan, the slingshot. But his car, its aerodynamics are going to... Poor aerodynamics are going to be his undoing as Shelley rounds the final corner. James Shelley is going to win here in the round of Japan. Whew. Wow. I don't know what happened the second half of this race, but it just got crazy. It got real crazy real fast. And it looks like in the end, James Shelley is going to score his 2nd win of the year and finally gets his first win on an oval. Long overdue in my opinion, but it's great to see him finally get to do it. He probably wished it wasn't in as messy of a race as this one, but hey, he deserved it. He had the pace. He had the pace, and he was there at the right time. So yeah, that race got real out of hand in there in the second half. We still don't know what's become of Seth Cole and Gal Redlick. I hope they're all right. It's a serious situation there, but I can't stress this enough. I really hope they're all right. I'm seriously concerned for both of them. It's nothing like the Talladega incident season 1, which, to be honest, I feel it's a miracle that Ian Dutta and Charles Sanford survived that wreck. But we might see our first injury here. Ryan Acosta almost got injured in Watkins Glen, but I think he actually was injured briefly, but there was a big enough gap between races that he was able to show up for Indy. But that won't be the case this time if Seth Cole or Gal Redlick are injured. They actually will be out for a little while if that's the case. But I'm not going to dwell on that, because we've run out of, the broadcast's run out of time, so I'm going to have to take my leave. That was a pretty crazy race, and congratulations to James Shelley on scoring his 2nd win in a crazy, crazy race here. An absolute bloodbath here in Japan. But that'll be it for today. Be sure to stick around next week when we head to the United Arab Emirates at the Dubai Street Circuit for round number 22. The pressure is on. The pressure is on as we are continuing the final stretch of the championship. Here comes the resultant standings. You've been watching a production of the ISCC Racing Network. I'm signing off, and I'll see you next time.